And I'll give you the Confession of Grace. And stuck with me, sorry. Oops, that's not her. Where are you? Oh.
4.
Oh, I wrote that. Okay, sorry. Little judge senior moment thing. Whenever you're ready.
Minister Steve Goudier tells a story about a young mother's toddler throwing a tantrum in the front seat of the grocery cart. As my mother would say, she was pitching a fit. But the mother was unfazed. You might as well stop all that crying, she says calmly, as if she was tucking her child into bed instead of leading her out of the grocery store. It won't work. You're stuck with me for 18 years. That little child may never know how lucky she is to be stuck with her mother for 18 years. Even when she's cranky or going through a phase, her mother will always be there with her. She's stuck with it. Most relationships are built around that sticking power, and not everyone has someone that can stick around. Even entire societies lack people that can stick around. We walk away from classes that are too hard. My coach yelled at me, so I quit. My girlfriend, she smiled at me the wrong way, so we broke up. My marriage is on the rocks because we fight over silly things. I can't lose weight because the workouts are too hard. It seems like we can't predict anything or anyone anymore. And we feel like, well, pitching a fit. This morning, I want to explore the value of tenacity, sticking with it, by exploring, well, 3 different kinds of glue. Number 1, sometimes we only need temporary adhesion, say the sticky side on a name tag. Number 2, other times we need long-term relationships, duct tape. And number 3, the long haul, eternal cement with the ultraviolet underwater epoxy bonding systems. Let's get started. We'll begin with early on relationships. When is temporary adhesion enough? That sticky side on a name tag that says, "Hi, I'm Durwan," is short-term enough to get out of any relationship that's absolutely going nowhere. Sometimes, when it's time to walk away, walk away. When a relationship trembles and wobbles, it's sometimes good to peel that sticky side off. If you're only using it just to keep a girlfriend or a piece of arm candy, so you won't be going to the next school dance alone. Yes, you'll get the grief for the sudden breakup, but you know what? There will always be haters. There will always be naysayers trying to bring you down in anything that you do. Just let the haters hate and you keep believing in yourself. Dennis Sneeder, an author of Being a Man in a Woman's World, says, "We all know someone in an unhealthy relationship, but they either will not or cannot get out of the relationship for flimsy reasons. Life is too short for this approach. Relationships are supposed to enhance your journey, not be your journey. Cheap glue lets you get out of someone else's journey and helps you start beginning your own. Not every friendship or romance has a healthy future. Sometimes destructive problems and behaviors in a happy relationship has no chance in long-term survival. Sometimes addictions make relationships impossible. Sometimes leaving is necessary. Albert Einstein seemed to know best when he said, "Try not to become a man of success. Rather, become a man of value." Say the eternal cement for the genuine. So, when do we use the second type of adhesive? That amazing duct tape. Well, we have to have relationships that matter. Relationships that are nurtured by patience and understanding. John Gray tells a story of a young mother who tells her visiting brother to go get her prescription pain pills. Her brother forgot. And when her husband returned home, she was tired, cranky, and a little bit more than crazy. The husband experienced her anger and exploded in defense. The couple, they argued back and forth, and as the husband was going for the door, the wife said, "Please, stop. Don't leave. This is the time when I need you more than ever. You're acting like a fair weather friend. If I'm sweet, you're okay, but if I'm not, out you go." And then tearfully and more subdued, she said, "I'm in pain." I have nothing to give. Don't speak. Just hold. Please, just hold. He held her, and neither of them spoke until she thanked him for being there. I suspect there will be many other times when their relationship is going to be tested. But I also suspect that when the relationship is going through a rough patch, it is important to stick with it and fix the problem. I realize, little by little, that togetherness is a thing of beauty, a pearl of great value, and definitely worth sticking around for. If duct tape can fix leaky pipes, it most definitely can fix tearful relationships. So, for the long haul, we require eternal cement. But when those long-lasting bonds of epoxy appear, Steve Crawshaw and John Jackson tell about such tenacity in their book, How to Stop a Resistance. How change, courage, tenacity can make the world go round. In Denmark, 1943, the Nazis prepared for the deportation of Jews to concentration camps and death. But German diplomat George Duckwitz deliberately leaked out the plans to the Jews. Based on what they heard from Duckwitz, the Jews sprung into action. Teachers fetched children out of classes and told them to go home and pack your things. Families and friends provided alternative accommodations so that nobody would be home when the Nazis came knocking on the door. Adults and children went into hospitals to check in under fake names. Others went to chapels as if to attend a funeral. Families were transported to remote islands. In Copenhagen, families stepped into canal boating sites that were advertising harbor tours and were covered by straw, tarp, and fish. As a result of Duckwood's amazing act, 99% of Denmark's 7,000 Danes survived. Eternal semen indeed. That little child in the grocery cart may never know how lucky she is to be stuck with her mother. And I know that it's no surprise to find the lack of tenacity, perseverance, reach out and affect our jobs, our careers, and our activities. As our activities increase, our pursuits do as well. As our pursuits increase, our tolerance for unfulfilling things decreases. Then, our quest for continuous satisfaction has gone crooked. Our ability, our tenacity to endure, to go the distance, to endure the uncomfortable, the unpleasant, is all sacrificed on the altar of convenience. And we all know sacrifice cannot happen without a cost. Sometimes the cost can be identified, but other times it is the realization that brings us to the experience of loss. Spend more time knowing the strength of your glue. When it's time to use the name tag, when it's not. When you pull out the duct tape, and when you put it back in its place. And most of all, who really deserves the eternal cement? Following the words from American humorist Josh Billings. Consider the postage stamp, son. Its ability to secure success through its ability to stick with one thing till it gets there.
Thank you.